When we speak about radar, we know that radar is an acronym for radio detection and ranging. In this system, it has the capability to detect objects using radio waves. It can determine the distance, direction, speed, and shape of the object. In today's world, it has tremendous applications like air traffic control, synthetic aperture radars, weather forecast, and automotive radar. So in this video, we are going to have a quick recap on the important milestones on the history of radar. Let's start from late 1800s to early 1900s. If we want to say something related to the electromagnetics, we know that we won't be able to say anything without saying James Clerk Maxwell and Maxwell's equations. So in 1865, Maxwell published a paper, A Dynamical Theory of the Electromagnetic Field, where he described the theoretical concept of the electromagnetic field propagation. So this was the theoretical explanation where it shows the alternating electric and magnetic field can provide the electromagnetic field propagation. So in 1888, Heinrich Hertz from Germany experimentally confirmed Maxwell's theory. That's he confirmed that there is electromagnetic wave propagation. So this is the setup that he has used to experimentally prove the existence of electromagnetic waves. Here you can see an induction coil to generate high voltage AC electricity, and you can see a main spark gap, and here you can see a side spark gap. So when this induction coil is turned on, it can produce series of spark at regular intervals in between these main gaps. So he found out that these spark can flow across the main gaps and also excite these side spark. So this indicates that the generation of an electromagnetic wave from an alternating electric charges, and it can also be propagated. So this is the experimental demonstration of the electromagnetic wave propagation, and it laid a foundation of lots of innovation in electromagnetics. Then the first practical applications was done by Christian Hülsmeyer from Germany. So in 1904, he applied a patent for the apparatus Telemobiloscope. So this device was to detect the presence of the ships in foggy environment so that it can avoid collision between the ships. So in 1904, he conducted a public experiment at Cologne's Hohenzollern Bridge Range River, and he noted that in the radio waves can be used for the detections of these targets in foggy environment. So here in this device, you can see that he used an array of dipole antennas as the transmitters, and he used a parabolic antenna as the receiver. So when this transmitted wave detects any objects or any targets, that means in this case the ship, it will ring a bell. So that was the application of the telemobiloscope, and in that case it was not able to detect like distance or nothing like that, but it was able to detect the presence of a target. So this was the first practical application, and he was considered as the father of the radar. So there was a ceremony conducted by IEEE on October 19th to honor Christian Hülsmeyer, and there was a press release, and in this video you can see the apparatus and more details about it. So I will put the link to this press release in our descriptions. In 1922, some of the experiments conducted by Albert H. Taylor and Leo C. Singh in USA found out that these radio waves can also be used for the detections of targets. So they were conducting some measurements with a transmitter located at Aircraft Radio Laboratory and a receiver on the opposite shore of Potomac River. So they found out that when a wooden ship was crossing in between these paths, there is some variations on the received signal. So this gives an indication that these radio waves can be used for the detections of the targets. The 1930s, we can say that it is a practical radar development years, because we know that that years were the years of the World War, and every country was trying to develop some detection systems to detect the enemy aircraft at earlier stages. So every country was contributing for the developments of the radar. The main pioneers were Robert Watson Bott and Arnold Wilkins from UK. So they conducted some experiment in 1935, which is known as the Daventry Experiment. So in that case, the Arnold Wilkins, he proposed some theoretical concepts, and he found out that it is possible to use the radio waves for the detections of the aircraft. And in Daventry experiment, they conducted this, and they successfully found out that it is able to detect an aircraft by reflection of the radio waves. If you are more interested, you can get more details from the Daventry Museum website, and they have conducted some demonstration of this Daventry experiment. So their YouTube video showcase that. So based on the Daventry experiment in 1938, UK established chain home radar network along its coastline. So this was a fixed long wavelength system that gave the Royal Air Force crucial early warnings of enemy aircrafts. And in 1940s, it was like more advancements. So in 1940s, the term radar was coined. So it was coined by US Navy as the term for the radio detection and ranging. So since 1940, it was not named like radar. So in 1940, it was named as radar. So some details regarding this was found in this website radartutorial.edu, and this has a document which shows that conditions. So you can check this. I will put this link in description. The radar applications find a boom in 1940s due to the invention of cavity magnetron. So this introduced smaller antennas with much higher resolutions for the radar detections. This was invented by Sir John Randall and Harry Booth. Here you can see the prototype of the cavity magnetron introduced in 1940. So this gives rise to the usage of magnetron, because magnetron can provide high power. So this can be used for the radio detection. Cavity magnetron was an invention from Birmingham University. They found Then come the usage of the weather radar. Military radar operators noticed some sort of noise in returned echoes due to the weather elements like rain and snow. So this gave rise to the developments of weather radar. That is, they realized that radar can be used for detecting the weather applications. Then 1950s to present can be considered as modern applications. That is, radar found lots of applications in different areas. So some of them are air traffic control, Doppler radar, synthetic aperture radar, phased array radar, and automotive radar. So I hope you get some idea about how the practical of radar has found its way from Maxwell's equations. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.